move chromatically, chromatically. Nobody does it quite like me.
Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everyone? How's it going? Um, it's Thursday. What's up, Delansky? What's up, Cindy? Popcorn? What's up, what's up, Potty? How's it going? How's it going, y'all? Um, so I tried to experiment with some settings on my webcam, um, and add an additional source of lighting in the studio. You guys feel like things look any different today? I love the fact that you let chromatically play to the end. It's actually a great way to buy myself some time. I usually, by the time I click start the stream, there's usually a couple things I've forgotten about. So it gives me time to, you know, make sure my mic is actually on and that kind of stuff. No more fog in the room. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good thing. I hope. Where is Alphonse? He's just hiding. Hold on, I'll get him out. One sec. He's been here the whole time. Um, One of the things that I really want to try to dig deeper into is because I have an Apollo now. I have these DSP plugins I can use on my voice. Um, so I haven't really been able to do a deep dive, but I'm trying to figure out basically like a really, just, you know, some really basic clean processing to get my voice to sound decent, not just on stream, but also to have like kind of just like a really clean, unprocessed or mildly processed vocal for recording. But anyways, yeah, it's Thursday, and yo, Ethan, what's up? Thank you so much for the sub. And I had this thought today. I was jamming out on the piano, listening to some album tracks, and there was something I was thinking about, something that came to mind. I've been reading a book recently, and talks a little bit about prototyping, and I thought it was kind of interesting. There's this idea that's discussed in the book about what happens if you overinvest in a prototype. And it's kind of meant in like a general like entrepreneurial sense, but I felt like it actually applied to making music quite well, because he just talks about what happens if you overinvest in a prototype. If you're kind of like trying to, let's say in the context of a song, you're like trying really hard to like mix and master and fine tune this thing, but you haven't, but you're like, I don't know, having a hard time explaining, I guess, what I'm thinking, but it made me realize that maybe I haven't spent enough time prototyping some of my album tracks and like trying to get them. Some of them I think kind of work from beginning to end. Others, not so much. And I found that like when I'm sitting in front of a piano, just like noodling and jamming out to certain ideas, it's much easier for me to kind of like to prototype. And so I was kind of experimenting with that a little bit today. I started with Fade Away. So I just took the bare bones, like vocals, and started experimenting a little bit more with that. But yeah, I think it all. And let's take a look. I'll just jump in the project file here, see where we're at. I heard your Vocaloid in the last Feedback Friday. Oh, that's a response to someone else. Is it the Lean Startup? No. I'm blanking on the name of the book. Give me a sec. I'm gonna look it up real quick. So I have a note page for it. No, it's not. Oh, Changed by Design by Tim Brown. And it's not I actually didn't think I was going to like the book very much at first. But it has a lot of interesting moments. Again, it's not really specific to music. It's just kind of like a general it's a book about design thinking. But it does apply to almost anything that is like a creative entrepreneurial endeavor. So it's pretty interesting. But anyway, so what I was thinking about is like maybe I need to focus a little bit less on putting maybe I'm putting the cart before the horse with some of the album tracks is what I'm thinking is like maybe I'm trying to execute ideas that aren't ready yet to be fully executed. Always hard to know when the time is right, but yeah, anyways, so it just kind of made me want to go back to the drawing board. I started with some piano. There's like no mixing going on here basically at all. Just vocals, this Omnisphere patch and a piano at the moment. And then like some really basic drums, no side chaining, nothing. It's very simple. It starts with this little riff.
I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices, I'm not sure if they're right. All these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am.
Okay, then I would have a different verse here.
I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices, I'm not sure if they're right. All these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
Still all the old vocals.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
And so then I was trying to figure out what to do here because when I was playing piano, I just wanted to hear like the things that I can't change, and then just some big, something that feels climactic. I think should come right after that. What that is exactly, I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, and I was trying to mess around with these strings. But okay, this is a random side note, but I can't believe Native Instruments, after all these years, still hasn't fixed the glitch in session strings. Unless I'm crazy. Every computer I've ever used this software on, it doesn't let me switch to different articulations properly. But anyways, just needed to complain about that for a sec. So let's see.
Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
I'm kind of thinking about like the intensity of like that strumming feeling. Da, 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 da. I like the 16th notes. Things that I can't change. So I was experimenting with this patch here.
Things that I can't change.
Um, let's see.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. Things that I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
So then I would go back to this kind of vibe, obviously. Then another verse. I'm thinking.
I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure.
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh, I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices, I'm not sure if they're right. All of these decisions brought me to where I am.
Here, let me mute the piano for a moment. It's so interesting. I don't know why, but like, it feels like like 100% a requirement for me at all points in the process of creating a song that I have access to the piano. So let's start from the beginning and try to think about this a little bit more. Or actually, before I do that, I'm gonna record those chords that I was playing real quick. I think those are.
So even if I fade away,
I did. I had this idea to maybe later in the song go to a different chord progression with the main vocal that go something like this.
so even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
And then we'd go back to the G major. But I think that would be maybe during the second chorus or something. So let's just focus on the first one for a moment.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
Let's see, I don't know 100%. The voicing should
Things
be.
that I can change.
That's an interesting question, Hadi. Being bound to certain BPMs, not completely. I definitely understand the question. I think there is a degree to which that's true for sure. but I think especially with the album, I have to say I feel less that way. Like when I'm focusing on album tracks, I have a lot of weird BPMs in there that I would normally not do. Stuff that's like kind of around 180, 190. I mean, the album's going to have everything from 70 BPM all the way up to 180 and like everything in between. There's going to be like, stuff at 70, at 80, at 110, at 120, at 130, and then probably jumping a bit to like somewhere between like 170 and 180. But yeah, I get your question. Like if I was only doing singles, and what I normally do with singles is I stick more around like either something that's normal for future bass, so like around between 80 and 90 future bass or glitch hop, or something that's more like house oriented, somewhere around like between 124 and 130 or something like that. So it's an interesting question, but yeah, right now I'm not really feeling that. I'm kind of curious, what were these other chords I had written? They're a little different. Yeah, I like these, but they're I'm not sure if that kind of like eighth note feeling is a little too simple, maybe. I think this needs something a little more rhythmically interesting, maybe.
I have come to terms with things I can change, things that I can't change.
Fade away.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
Let's see. I wonder if the verse should come right after here. I think traditionally, in like a, this was like a pop song, it probably would come right after the chorus.
Come to terms with things I can change. Things that
Oh, different key. Let's copy this over here.
come to terms with things I
This song is great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up, Zion? Just chilling. Appreciate the follow.
things that I can't change. I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine, and I keep making single voices.
I kind of like it almost without the chords here, just with that little plucking riff, and then we could bring in the chords here again. Maybe we have a pre-chorus that we introduce this time around. I'm not sure.
Now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can't change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices, I'm not sure if they're right. All these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is
The chords will come back in here.
things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can't change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't
Whoops, I got a little ahead of myself there. Ah!
Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
Maybe that's how we go into the second drop. Let's see what the synth from earlier sounds like if we try to jam out with the piano.
If I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. So even
And then that's where we bring in maybe the different chord progression here. Hold on. So I think we copy it like this. Yeah, okay. Let's just copy these drums over here real quick. Let's see. Oh no, so this would be the second build.
things that I can't change.
And then maybe we try these weird chords.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
We'll see. It might be kind of hard to pull off, but
I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that 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 I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
yeah, whatever. Let's just record that real quick.
I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that 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 I can change.
And then let's just record these chords as well.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that, but we'll see. We'll see.
So even if I fade away,
I kind of like this piano build thing a little bit more than just the chord synths, so maybe we can do this for the first build too.
things that I can change. Things that I can change.
So even
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making
like this is what I am thinking could be a good approach for the album, because a lot of songs, not all of them, but a lot of them are really more songwriting oriented than sound design. And I mean, I don't think so I feel like I should be able to create every track on the album should be able to work with like 10 tracks or less, as a like as a sketch, that is, not as a final song. Let's see, how many do I have right now? I mean, if you count the vocals as one, I have piano, omnisphere, vocals. I mean, this is the drums, I guess. They're separated here, but I would have these all in one layer. I don't know, maybe like two, so it's 6-7 layers right now. And it's pretty. It's a very obvious. It's a sketch, but like, to me, I feel like the meaning and the purpose of the song is still there. And I think that I need to just create the whole song with as few elements as possible, commit to the structure, and then do a bunch of mixing, mastering, like cool sound design and stuff, because I feel like that's where I get hung up, is like I create all these different versions of tracks, and yeah, anyways, I end up creating like sound design for versions of songs that I don't end up using, which isn't like inherently a bad thing, but I don't know. I just think that this could be a helpful approach. Every song, each song project should work with one channel. Yes. If your song doesn't sound good with just one layer, then you're doing it wrong. I mean, honestly, I was joking, but in a way, there actually might be some truth to that too, because like, I feel like a lot of my best ideas, or a lot of my favorite ideas, I've come up with just by like beatboxing into like voice notes on my iPhone or something. And, you know, so like you could argue that that's like a sketch of a song with just one layer. So I'm thinking maybe the first drop could be kind of like these dotted what is that, dotted what is that one, dotted quarter notes or dotted eighth notes, whatever. Hold on. And then the second time around, it could be just sustained. It won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to change. And maybe that means the second time around we do more of a sustained lead kind of thing. It is kind of weird to end it in a different key. Um, but it's like a parallel key, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. So it's kind of not actually, well, it is a, I mean, it's just straight up B minor in the beginning, I think. Oh yeah, so that's kind of more like E minor, so it's not a parallel key, but it's in the circle of fifths. Or fourths, or however you want to look at it. Every single note gets its own channel. Didn't the White Stripes do that on Elephant? That's a good point. I feel like I remember hearing something similar. They have a really cool music video. Yo, thanks for the follow, MDPTR. They have a really sick music video. I forget what it's called. I don't think I could pull it up on stream because I'll get I get a strike or something for that. But they did like a really sick stop motion music video, where they, I think they, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but I bet if you Google White Stripes stop motion music video, it'll come up. It's pretty cool. If any of y'all haven't seen that yet. All right, so I'm still trying to think about this drop. Let's start from the beginning.
I keep hearing voices. I'm not sure if they're mine.
Hold on. Let's play the piano part.
I keep hearing voices. I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices. I'm not sure if they're right. All of these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. I keep hearing voices. I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices. I'm not sure if they're right. All of these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms.
Hold on.
So even if I things that I can't change.
So maybe that's too heightened for that early in the song. Maybe. Let's see.
All of these decisions.
I keep speeding it up in my mind. I wonder if the track should be a little bit faster.
All all these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can't change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
Ah! I did not mean to do that. I don't know what just happened there. Maybe we eliminate this section here for the time being. I think there's a lot of great tension happening, a lot of momentum that I think might be better off used to just go straight into a drop from here. So
now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
that could be a nice little run.
Change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change. Things that I can't change.
Let's try that with the lead synth.
Things that I can't change.
I don't know. I don't know.
Change. So even if I fade away,
Let's record that other stuff on the piano real quick.
change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
I need the click track. MDPTR sounds amazing, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that. So after that run, will you go straight up into the drop? I think so.
Change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
Damn it. Hold on.
Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things.
I don't know how I turned the click track off again.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I
Cool. Hold on. Bring this back here. And then we can just copy this.
change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So change. Things that I can change.
Maybe we do these chords as an outro kind of thing instead. I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind it as like a weird little switch up at the end. Okay. Let me go back to the build real quick. Think about this again.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change.
I kind of like that. It's weird. There's a lot of riffs in a lot of my tracks recently that play around with those specific intervals, but it just feels good. I just like it. I like it. So let's start a little bit low past here and try to record it.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can't change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change.
That's cool. I did kind of screw up that first little thing, but we'll just copy paste this over. Also, I missed a question earlier from DJ Duck. Do you usually choose this tempo? No. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know how to answer that actually. I feel like in a way I choose it, maybe not in the sense that like, okay, let me make something in 85 BPM, but more so just because like, oh, this tempo feels right for the idea that I'm doing. So that's kind of how that works, I guess, in my mind. I'm kind of thinking maybe we could have a vocal sitting on top. I think to try that, I'm going to have to mute my mic. I tried to set up a mute option on my Stream Deck, but I'm just going to double check OBS and make sure it's actually working so I don't double my mic on accident. So all right. So you guys should not hear the mic twice. Oh man, I wish my I really gotta practice my voice more regularly, but it's okay. We're just sketching.
It won't bother me 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
All right, let's just record something like that, and then we can tune it and just have it in there. yeah, it's not great, but whatever. Okay, you guys should be able to hear me through OBS again. Let me double check. Yeah, okay, looks like it's coming through. Cool. So let's just use this kind of like washed out vocal as a background idea. It's just that first note that I'm singing that's a little too far off of the D that I was going for. But let's add a multi-band dynamic thing to this, and then even though it's just a quick little sketch take, still want to see what this could sound like if I actually keep it. Okay, so second time, this could be the build riff, maybe? And then Maybe we end the weird chord part with the piano. Maybe we could like filter. Let's duplicate this chorus, temporary chorus take, and just isolate the so even if I fade away,
So even if I fade away,
and kind of do the old iPhone speaker EQ on it.
so even if I fade away,
We can just take that.
things I can change. So even if I fade away, so even if I fade away,
And then we'll do it one more time after that.
so even if I fade away, so even if I fade away,
And then we'll probably end it kind of like that. Maybe we could add a little more reverb.
come to terms with things I can change. So
Hold on, that's gonna be a weird transition. Maybe we just like reduce the filter, and then we can have some kind of chord change. Kind of like that, maybe. Goodhertz Lossy would be a good fit here. What is Goodhertz Lossy?
come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, so even if I fade away,
I keep messing up the tempo, man. I think I'm gonna end up speeding up the tempo of the track a tiny bit. I'm definitely hearing it faster.
come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, so even if I fade away,
Could do something like that for the outro. Okay, let's take a quick check at how this sketch is coming together right now.
I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices, I'm not sure if they're right. All of these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices, I'm not sure if they're right. All of these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can't change. Things that I can't change. even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
Yo, thank you for the follow, Subfake. By the way, Martin, have you checked the plugin Chow? It's great for tape emulation. Interesting. I'll definitely take a look at that. I suffer from kind of like the opposite issue of needing more stuff to play with. I feel like I need to diaper. Bro. Diaper. That's a new one. Dive deeper into... what a slip. Dive deeper into the plugins that I already have. Like Serum, for example. Like I really need to take some time to get into some of the multi-sampling functionality stuff. But yo, thank you for the follow, Overthinker. I appreciate it. Let's see. Let me open up a different. Where's the contact like native library? There we go. Search all banks. No, orchestral. Orchestral string ensemble. There we go.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I...
Big love from the mountains. Thank you for being you. I appreciate it. It's really kind of you to say. What kind of mountains are you in right now? Denver mountains or?
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can't change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I have come to terms with things I can change.
Okay, I do like the strings layered in there.
Come to terms with things I can change.
Wait, I kind of like that. It's kind of a little off, but it's just those last few notes. Okay, let's get some really subtle piano in there. Check out the good hertz of Volv Compressor 2. Oh, Wolfpack. Wolfpack plugin. Or is it by them? Or is it just inspired by them?
I'm not sure if they're mine, and I keep making single voice is who I am. Things that I can.
This is really lit. Thanks, Delansky. Appreciate it. Jack Stratton was involved in its inception. Cool. Yeah, Wolfpack is awesome. I'll never forget that campaign they did of releasing an album of silence, getting their fans to stream it a bunch before Spotify removed it. And then they used the money they got from those streams to fund their album. That's so awesome. Oh, man.
I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine. And I keep making choices, I'm not sure if they're right. All these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. Things that I can change. Things that I can change.
Definitely enjoying bringing the strings into this equation. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna copy over that.
Things that I can change.
So I think after the first chorus,
I keep hearing voices, I'm not sure if they're mine.
no strings here.
And I keep making choices.
Maybe some
I'm
really
not sure
little
if they're
fills.
right. All these decisions brought me to
I kind of like the idea of introducing them there like that, actually.
all these decisions brought me to where I am. Now every single voice is who I am. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change.
Wait.
So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. Things that 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 I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, it won't bother me, 'cause I've come to terms with things I can change. So even if I fade away, things that I can change.
Maybe this section we can just have. I like the idea of these layers kind of like becoming a little more chaotic. Like the synth is still playing that main motif, but the strings are starting to go a little rogue. Hold on, let's duplicate this string section. I love that riff. It's definitely sounding pretty cramped, but I think that it could be really cool to make it a bit more chaotic the second time around. Let's record that. Okay, and then I don't know for sure about this outro. It feels a little weird to just suddenly change the key of the song at the very end, but yeah, we'll see about that. Cool. I'm pretty happy with this outline. The only thing that's left really is just the outro. And honestly, like, now that I think about it, one thing that I am remembering it's really helpful with, like, when writing an album is it can be nice to leave the outro be until the track list is coming together, because then you can say, hey, I know that this track is going to go into this next one, and then you can get creative with it, decide to have the progression kind of lead into the next track, maybe have some cool chord changes that bring the end of one song into the beginning of another. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this right now. Let's save this. And yeah, I was just putting together a track list for the album the other day, and I realized I hadn't put Fade Away on the album because I just didn't have a version that I really liked quite yet. So hopefully I can stick to this one and actually make it sound really good, execute it. Let's start something new. I have another track that I was thinking could be cool on the album that's really old. I don't have the project file for it anymore. And it's a pretty simple idea. I was thinking about trying to recreate that. Cool project. Thanks, Albus. I appreciate it. So I found the patch from the project file. I don't know. I have no idea where it's from. Yo, thank you for the follow, Tired account. So let's start with the tempo. I think it's around 70. Um, and the riff goes something like this. Something like that. So let's bring it in a few measures before and just add a quick little auto. I could probably fine tune the MIDI a tiny bit. I don't mind it being a little sloppy, but it's probably a little much. Let's see. Let's just get a basic pattern going here for the drums. Okay, let's mute my mic again here. Check, check, check. Okay. Check, check. Okay, bear with me, y'all. I know my singing is pretty rough, to say the least. So let's take this, let's put it on the processed vocal chain, and we'll lock it into the right key. Thankfully, this one has a pretty simple chord progression, so it'll be easy. So I think it's just G major or B minor, however you want to look at it. So let's do B minor. From the soul. I think I should have done the pronunciation or the timing a bit better. That one's okay. So let's obviously it's trying to maybe we can simplify that riff a little bit and go more like okay. So if we put the chords here, let's add a measure before. Start with the chords.
If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore. If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore.
And then I think what was happening is
I don't want it anymore.
actually let's duplicate this with the processing. It's interesting. Something I'm noticing with the new system is sometimes the audio kind of randomly just like disappears for a brief moment. Don't know why. Maybe I should up my buffer rate.
I don't want it anymore. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it.
Yo, thank you for the follow, Dark Forge. Appreciate it. Okay. And then that. Struggle with like these kinds of patches is like I feel like a sound like this is trying to be both a melody and the bass line at the same time, which is like not always easy to make happen. Let's try a different some different sounds in these drums though. I feel like that could help a lot. So why don't we let's keep the MIDI for that snare. And let's change the hi-hat pattern to be twice as fast. And then let's go hunting for some different sounds. There's a compactor on there. Forgot about that. Yeah, let's find a different snare. We go to samples and just type in snare, see what happens. Oh, old Haywyre snares. Darkforge UK, nothing like stumbling across a stream to the reassuringly distinct bleeps of Ableton's metronome. Oh yeah, you know it. Let's see.
If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore. If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore.
Kind of want something like a bit more grungy, hip hop almost sounding. Ooh, closey sounds are always good. Maybe a Sophie snare could be cool. Let's go to Sophie samples. Let's see. Sophie. I still can't believe that Sophie passed away. That's like just insane. Sophie Project was always something I enjoyed keeping an eye on. There's so much interesting music under that alias. You know what? I don't know if those are going to work now that I think about it, but we do need some kind of tail though. So let's just add one of these in here. Are those not like the exact same tail? Oh, they're slightly different. Let's turn down the volume a lot on that. Oh, I think I accidentally replaced the wrong... Damn it. Let's undo that. There we go. All right, we need to add it as a layer in here. decap comes in clutch with those crisp snares. Yeah, for sure. It's interesting because like sometimes samples, and when you're sample hunting, you hear something like, man, that sounds sick. And it sounds really good on its own, but you don't always find a way to use it in a mix. And for me, that's always been the case with decap drums. Until now, apparently, if this works out. Let's just forget the original riff that I had from the idea. It's like 6 years old. So why don't we just open up some sounds and experiment a little bit. That feedback is crazy. So, hold on. I know that this is another aspect of Serum 2. I know I need to dive a bit deeper into. Oh, sick. Wait. Mono bass. Oh, no way. That's so cool. Wow. See, I didn't even know about that either. I definitely am into experimenting with the XY controllers. I am curious about why the delay 1/8. I feel like an eighth normally sounds pretty different. So what is this LFO controlling? The fine tune on both? Huh, interesting. Oh, whatever. Let's just keep it at 1/8. I kind of like the slower feeling of that delay. Let's record that real quick. definitely got an interesting vibe to it. Let's record that little lead thing. It's kind of cool. Maybe like later. It could start with a groove like this though. Cool if we maybe we have a really kind of washed out reverby piano octave thing going on. We can get a let's throw an auto pan on here too. Maybe we could add some guitar. I like just like that one note, maybe. I might grab the wait, why didn't it record the second? There we go. I think I'm gonna grab the guitar just for fun, because why not? One moment. Damn. What is going on with that, I think that line is way too hot. There we go. It's not a terrible tone. I was picturing something a bit more like dreamy, I guess. Could always throw another Valhalla vintage verb on top of this. See if that does anything. Pretty dreamy. Like that riff. All right, let's try that. I like it. How much time you been playing a guitar, Martin? Well, I've gone through phases. I haven't really played guitar regularly for years, but ever since I got this new audio interface about a week or two ago, I've finally been able to record guitar again. So that's been really encouraging me to play more. Let's find this little riff in here. I think I'm hearing maybe just that one. Hold on. I think I want to slide the notes like that. So let me record this again real quick. I got a take in there somewhere. Yeah, those two are. I think those two are good. This is kind of turning into more of a chill song, so maybe we replace some of these sounds with. I'm thinking about some like. Just like more hip hop sounding drums, lo-fi stuff. So where's that kick? Let's try that, I guess. Let's keep looking. Keep looking. Cool. So maybe we could start with something like that. And then we could, run down that little guitar riff a couple times and then go into, or maybe we progress it into the guitar riff. We start just like this. Oh, I think I accidentally changed the Cool. We can have that continue, have the guitar come in. Let's have that filter open up a little bit as it's going into the next 16 bars here. Cut out the kick and snare for this last few measures. Maybe we have a little piano improv section here. Let's bust out the piano. We can have the vocal come back as well.
If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore. If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore.
I was thinking about having maybe the vocal and the stuff build for a little bit, and then when it subdues, that's a good place for the piano to pop in and do a little jam. Oh, let's go back to the beginning, I guess. Why not?
If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore. If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore. If it isn't from the soul,
right, y'all. That was a fun little jam. It's nice to get another little idea out there. I mean, it's just pretty different than what I had originally intended on doing with this, but I think that's the beauty of just kind of going with the flow, right? I like what it ended up sounding like. It's a very chill. Oh, yo, what's up, Boss Fight? Thank you so much for the raid. I'm actually about to wrap up, but I was literally about to say how I'm gonna finish my stream here. My boy with the Nord, that's me. What's up, DJ Friss? Thanks for joining. I mean, for those of the newcomers that are here, I feel bad just like ending the stream the second y'all come here. So we have a super chill, vibey little track that we started. So I'll play it one more time. We started from scratch about half an hour ago or so. Does that sound about right? But yeah, let's vibe out a little bit. Do something super chill here.
If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore.
Yo, thank you for the follow.
If it isn't from the soul, I don't want it anymore.
Yo, thank you for the follow. DJ Friss and Runic Abyss. Yo, Merv Black, thank you for the follow. Thanks again, Boss Fight, for the raid. All right, y'all. Thank you all, first-time chatters, for joining. I really appreciate the raid, Boss Fight. We're going to start wrapping things up here. Not the greatest timing, but let's see if we can maybe find somebody else to raid. Hopefully there's someone else to jam out with aside from myself, but yeah, thank you guys again for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for the new follows. Quick question before you go. Are the IEMs the same? I did get the same ones again. Yeah, I really like them. But yeah, I kind of screwed up cleaning the last pair. I think I ended up damaging the left side. So I ended up having to get another pair. But yeah, it's the same IEMs. All right, y'all. That's it for me. I'm gonna go offline in a moment here, but I'll try to see if I can find someone to raid before I go. So thanks to y'all for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it, and hope you enjoyed the jams and the works and progresses. See you guys next time. Peace.
Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do we know what we share? Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do we know what we share? Do you don't you? Don't you? Don't you? What we share, you know what